Peace and blessings. You now rolling with APEXXPOLARIS. Welcome to Soul Future. Today I got a little many things going on for y'all. Got a little no frills stuff going for y'all. Got a little no frills presentation going on for y'all. Peace, Soul Future. How y'all been? It's been a couple of weeks since APEXXPOLARIS, and we'll get into that. Soul Future will now start to turn y'all over to another side of your intellect as we rise through the serpent technology into the serpent knowledge, and we rise above the solar energy, the solar system, and we go into Polaris. I am APEXXPOLARIS. Welcome to Soul Future. Your soul will always be here. You should always travel towards that future. That future should always be up and mastering your kundalini or your CANDLEINI. I'm going to be getting into a little of that today. I like the caption. I'm hoping that I can talk a bit and that caption gets saved. And that's what y'all will be seeing throughout the show, because in a little bit I'm going to have to stop and I'll have to change what you're looking at so I can give y'all this little mini presentation that I have for y'all, dealing concerning with the pictures that y'all see, the animations that y'all see. We got from left to right Rick Ross, Little Baby, Lil Boosie, and Nicki Minaj in their cartoon suits, in their hologram, in their fourth or fifth dimension suit already, ready to go, ready, soulless, ready to be marketed. And we'll get into that today. And remember, take off from the Amigos. The Amigos had one of these type chips, and Takeoff is no longer here. But is he gone? These rappers that pass away, that get killed, why do they get killed? What is the benefit of them being killed? As we explore into all that today, but you're now looking at soulless lives, animation, cartoon characters. We'll get into that later. I want to quickly talk to y'all about the new Soul Future and this APEXXPOLARIS thing I'm talking about. And I won't cover it all, but you know, as we move forward, because we're Futurians, this new ancient cosmology will be introduced to you. I've been speaking of, hinting of it throughout my previous broadcasts, my previous YouTube, and I've been hinting on it throughout Soul Future. So if y'all wondering why we went through the serpent god, serpent technology and everything, it has a lot to do with the Kundalini or the Kundalini. Shout out to a lot of Kemetic brothers, man, that are really rising, raising me up in this thing, man, and teaching me, man. You got a lot of great, intelligent men that are rising, that are now choosing to call themselves aborigines or just intellectual beings. And I taught y'all that there's going to be an extermination of black people. So we're going to get into Kanye West and him sacrificing his mother and what the sacrifice is all about, and why you see those images up there with their deals with the potato chip bags and they deal with these industries. I'm going to get into Tupac and tie this all in. Welcome to Soul Future. I'm going to talk to y'all today about my avatar, and I always taught y'all everyone has an avatar and how you rise to see that avatar, and why my new information will take y'all a little bit away from the solar system and to ancient cosmology, and I'm going to tighten the gap between you and the Most High, and who is the Most High, and how far away the Most High is from you. First of all, we're going to start talking about being tricked, about space. When you think of your Kundalini rising, there's no space between you and God. No one's ever been to the moon. The earth is flat. And you are a manifestation through white sun energy. You are living in a simulation. True way to your true self. Again, I went back, talked to my avatars, I climbed my Kundalini, I shape-shifted. And when you're dealing with chakras, right? You're dealing with your 7 seats of your body, those chakras, you're dealing with different shapes of or planes that you existed on as you manifested, as you descended down here as a fallen being. And through your meditation, you get to the right vibration and hit on the right frequencies, you rise, your kundalini or your kundalini rises back up into that ultimate white light sun. And this is why a candle, ancient regular candle, looks, a wax candle, you see the intertwining of life. A candle, picture a candle. That's your serpent, that's your kundalini, that's your serpent wrapped around a tree. And when you place a candle on solid ground, on the plane, you go to the top of that candle and you light it. Your arm raising up to light that candle is you moving or rising up and shape-shifting upwards to your kundalini, inner you. Those chakras, those 7 seats that represent 7 stars, how you get 7 days of the week. And that's all to it. As you rise, you want to light the top of your candle to represent that white sun. So we lit. And that's that vibration. We lit. And we want to try to light that candle. How do you do it? You meditate. Hindus, the Buddhists, they teach it for the longest. I guess you could say they teach it the best, if there's a best. And you meditate, you fold your legs into that pyramid shape, put your hands on where your thighs are at or whatever. You breathe and you either close your eyes or don't. And you go into a meditation with good, I think 432 hertz music playing. One of the frequencies of the one verse. Just something calm and relaxing. And you meditate and you go through each of these seats in your body to rise to the top. And when you rise to the top, it's like a burst of everything you learn bursts through your forehead where your pineal gland would be. And that would be why the Egyptians set that serpent there. It suggested or showed you that they had risen. When you see a snake charmer trying to charm a cobra or a snake, first thing to do, the snake erects before it shoots out that venom. A man has to erect before he shoots out his sperm into that egg so that it can crash with this woman and you can become. But before then, before that sperm met that, you were one polarity, you were one being. That's the significance, or that's the science of the cyclops, or the third eye, or the pineal gland. It's the serpent busting out with that venom, vicious, and then biting you and paralyzing you. And that's what we do as we gain our intellect and we get into that white light and we replace our 2 eyes with a singular pineal gland. And we become vicious to people. We become like a venom to our opposers, to our oppressors. We know now. Some of the kundalini shapes, or if the Hindus, if you got a Hindu kundalini chart, you'll see a circle, a square, a rectangle, it is. Each one of those you have to rise through. You have to shape shift. You have to go through each one of those shapes or planes of existence that you resided on. So when you came down, when you descended, you think of throwing up a glass and it breaking. And the heavier piece would be the heavier part of your physical. The heavier vibration would be your heart. You understand? And that will land. You land it on a plane, the physical you. And 7 pieces of that glass shattered around you. So the 5%, we used to circle the 7. Right? And say it's the lucky number 7. That's where the science of, you see the 5%, you go by a 7 school, you see the 7 and the circle around it. That's because the circle represented the closing off of your landing. You landed. And 7 different pieces you landed in different planes before that physical landed here. And you have to climb back, climb your kundalini. You have to rise. You have to shape shift. You have to go through each one of those shapes you see on your chart circle, rectangle. I don't know what chart you got. But that's what you call the shapeshifters. We are the shapeshifters. No damn reptilians or nothing like that. We are the shapeshifters. And you rise to the top and you meet your mother, the goddess, the divine feminine. That's the secret. That's what they're hiding from you. That's what Masons are hiding from you. That's what religion is hiding from you. I go there, you hear me say I meet my archetype, I rise through my kundalini, exalt myself, and I start asking questions. I want to know things. I don't want to know what y'all want to know. I'm thinking different stuff, man. I'm like, I want to get there and ask, this is God now. It's the ultimate intellect. This is God. And I just did all this meditation. I'm in another world, man. I'm mentally in another world. My body's there, but I'm with my avatar, man. You can make that whatever scene you want. What up, man? I'm back. Yo, what's up, Apex? Yo, I need to ask a few questions, man. What is, and this is where my mind goes. What is the weakness of a wise man? My avatar, God, tells me, you tell me. I said, what's the weakness of an intelligent man? My avatar looked at me and said, you tell me. I said, what's the weakness of an honest man, a hardworking man, a kind-hearted man, a noble man, a man that heals, you know what I mean? What is their weakness? What it has to be I'm so militant. I'm so trying to defeat everything. So I need every angle. Even me, I'm intelligent. What's the weakness of that? You tell me, you tell me, you tell me. So I'm like, yo, man, I keep, asking you stuff. You tell me. So it was like God was saying, well, you came all the way up here knowing that you can ask me because you knew that I had the answers, but at the same time, you're doing your kundalini to become one with me because you know you're one with me. So you're me, right? And you made it, right? I said, yeah. He said, well, then you tell me. Since you're me and you know I had the answers and I'm you, just that easy. I got broke down by God, a goddess, because it made sense. You're climbing your kundalini and you get there. Fuck, you got to ask God for something for you. You're back one, So that's why I always said I knew, but I still kept asking questions, but not on a lower level, on a higher level. So then I started asking, she said, ask me again, and you'll answer yourself. I said, what is the weakness of an honest man? And as soon as I asked myself, I knew. And I gave myself my own example. I said, damn, well, an honest man may not know when not to be honest. So then, telepathy goes on up there. They know what I'm thinking, I know what you're thinking, because we're one. So the divine feminine says, you said an honest man may not know when not to be honest? And she said, yeah, that is true. I didn't, that's definitely true. She said, because I need honest people. I gave instructions for honest people to stay on the earth. I will ultimately guide you, keep you away from ultimate danger, but I can't be there to do everything. Just maintain your honesty, and be there for the people that's going to need you. So I said, what would be that honest man weakness? And I started thinking. And I said to myself, what if this honest man might be so honest that he'll witness a murder? And this honest man been through life. He's a man of, he's about 78, 80. He knows things. He knows that if you witness something, you don't supposed to talk because people want to kill you. But he's honest and he witnessed a murder, witnessed the man who did it, ran away. And he's sitting there talking to the police after the scene, gathering people. And he said, sir, excuse me, did you see this? Now, this honest man can't do nothing else but be honest. But I want to know what could be weak about being honest. And here's the answer. He was under instructions from God to maintain on the earth. If you can get away from a few things, you do it, because I can't be there with every goddamn thing. I building up other you goddamn souls that descended I got to watch over. We just fucking around. God is just fucking around. But protect yourself too, so you can, be here to do the job. But the police asked the honest man. He looked at mafia cars riding by, looking at him, and he couldn't do nothing but be honest. He told that he knew, and he gave a witness, and gave a direction, and stuff like that. He even remembered where this person lived. I saw that person before they lived not too far from me. He gives a statement, comes out of the precinct, go home, gets his brains blown out within an hour from the precinct. Honest man, brains are scattered for being too honest. Had he said he did not know what happened, he didn't see it, he wouldn't have been honest. But he would have been following Goddess's will. Because now, it's not an honest man down there. Nothing for my children to look towards. Because you got yourself into something you should have been wise enough to get out of. But you were honest. And that's the weakness of an honest man. He might not know when not to be honest, to save his own life, to save the future. It's like a working man. What is the weakness of a working man? He might work hard all his life, break his damn bones, hurt his back by the time he retire. And now his daughter got a child. And he wants to jump on his grandpa. He wants to play. He wants to walk outside in the oxygen and let his grandfather walk with him and talk with him and teach him things. But you can't do it because you worked too hard and didn't preserve your health. Hard-working man. What about me? I'm intellectual. Telepathy comes right through from the God, from the divine feminine. What about you? You are intellectual. Don't you say a lot of intellectual things that hurt people? And I'm saying that to myself, yeah. I might be someone who against anything not normal. Biracial relationships, maybe. Things of that nature. Someone loving their God. And I might be, one of my broadcasts going in with my enlightenment, but I might be hurting a gay nation, a nation who loves Christ, someone who loves what I'm talking against. But I'm speaking intellect. But I got to remember that intellect is reflecting. Somebody else ain't taking it as intellect. They're taking it as an insult. So that's the weakness of an intelligent man. And we can go on down that line. You understand? What is the weakness of a man who forgives? Who forgives? All he did was forgive, Goddess. Yeah. But he forgave a pedophile. I said, okay. He forgave a killer. He forgave someone who walked up on 4 wise old women that never did nothing in life, even if they nuns, that just raped them and cut their head off. And the forgiving man who's in control, he might forgive them. Say if your boss or the owner of your company is forgiven and you got harassed by someone on the job, felt your butt going by and you told the company press charges, right? He go and serve 2 years, get back out, reapply at that company, and the company rehires him. You come in, he's in a cube near yours. Why? Because your boss forgave him. He's a forgiving man. Now him being forgiven has you now living in turmoil with your rapist, someone who violated you. Suppose he raped you and did his 12 years. And somebody said, well, he paid his debt to society. I'm forgiven. Don't go for this thing they give you. You are the Christ. Meaning there's no man. Because that would be a sickness. If a man came here to forgive you for all that sick shit, you got to question that person. So we manifest down here to actually master the 7 sins, the lust, the greed. What are they? Y'all know them. Help me out. I'm using telepathy. Y'all shoot it back or y'all just say it in your head. It's greed, lust, and 7 other ones. of those things. And 7 deadly sins. And you got to master that. You got to become those sins. You got to know it, because I don't know it. And I said, what you mean, divine feminine? You don't know it. She said, I don't have the experience of it. That's why I sent you into the earth, to experience everything. You said the earth is a playground, it's a beautiful place to be, but you thought it wasn't going to be a dual side. So how do you master the dual side? Who rules the dual side? The serpent being, serpent technology. The devil rules this plane for now. So you got to go and be a devil. How do you explain that? Well, in ancient times, you have voodoo spiritual systems, and they trusted in these voodoo spiritual systems that they can do all the sin they want to do. All of that sin. Remember that circle I told y'all, the 7 chakras, and you're physical there, and you're trying to rise your kundalini to get out of there. But the earth is full of sin. It's pinning you down. So voodoo presents that if you went out and killed 30 members of a tribe, raped their children, you can take one pin, make a doll of yourself, and you stick that doll with a pin and release all your sin that you did in that doll. And that doll will take in all that sin. He will hold all that ugliness in, that transformation of all your ugly energy. It's into a Chucky doll now. Some Africans had dolls with 8, 9 pins in it. Then you have a movie called Pinhead. It represents all the evil that he did, but I can stick myself with this, stick my doll that I made up with this, and everything will go into this doll, all that evil. Think of Chucky, y'all, right? So let me ask y'all a question. What Christianity did was gave y'all a voodoo doll named Jesus Christ. You want me to say it again? You tell me, what is Jesus here to do? To absorb all your sins, to forgive you for all of your sins. He died, they say, on a cross, took in all your sins, took in every sin of every demon of every time you go into a Catholic church box or whatever, you can just say, Christ, you know, I have sinned. I raped my little niece. I did this. I raped my nephew. I used to steal from my grandmother. I killed this man. I killed 5 good people. They do some old quick cross shit. And Christ forgave you. He takes all that in. Now you think of this times a billion evil people. And Christ taking in all of that for you. Then who's the devil? If it's out of you and it's in Christ and you're pure and clean of it, and it's left with Christ, then he's the voodoo doll. All you got to do is stick it on Christ. Christ came here to save me from sinning. And if I sin again, I can go right to a Catholic box or right to Jesus. And that's what he represents, forgiveness. So I ask, what's the weakness of a forgiving man? Who might he forgive? And that's the Christ I was teaching y'all about. He's Satan. He's the devil. You're Satan. You're the devil. And your kundalini is for you to rise out of that like a serpent and shoot through your forehead where your cyclops once was, when you were one, where you didn't have no duality, so you didn't have to experience a devil. When you get back into one and center yourself, this is the ultimate synergy that I've been teaching y'all about. Centering yourself through your kundalini, through your kundalini rising, and then lighten it at the top when you reach your avatar, your goddess, the divine feminine. and become one, and there's no outside thoughts, no duality, nothing versus this next verse next, this verse this, life versus death, the devil versus God, Jesus, Buddha, this verse that, this planet versus this planet, my team is better than your team, left sneaker, right glove, left glove. That's all over with. That's why you're trying to rise in your kundalini. To become one, that one lit camera. That's why we got that vibration. Yeah, we lit. We litty. So at this time, if Jesus is taking all of this in, he's the devil. Good thing or bad thing? You're the devil. Good thing or bad thing? What do you have to offer the devil? Your kundalini, your rising. So Christ has wise words of wisdom because he's a great man too. He's good too. But take the picture off of it. I'm not speaking to you about a man that walked around or Yahoo or Jesus, that picture you grew up. Take that off of you. We're talking about energies here. We're talking about energies here. Evil entities that's in earth. In form of gases, in form of ghosts, boogeyman, and we take on these behaviors because the divine can't remove itself. If you're all good, you're all good. You don't have room for evil. You don't have room to know what it is. All you know is you control all. And out of you, you'll send beings into the planet to experience that for you. And when they rise back up as one with you, they're back in the glory. You don't have to have a picture for that, y'all. Ain't no picture for that. Ain't no Allah, Christ on that. It's you meditating, man. It's you meditating from a crystal serene place. That's what the Christ is. It's not no Christ. It's wordplay. It's a crystal serene place that you come from. It's transparent because you ain't got nothing to hide. This cosmology has been stolen and been put paint with, all right, the crystal part will become a Christ. We make a man and say, you know, with the crystal world that they come from, you know, let's put a Christ on that. The evil gases, we're going to put a devil on that. The kundalini rising and stuff like that, we're going to make that like a stairway to heaven. Things that you was in a cosmic way, man. They stole this from you and made up stuff. They're just made up. That's why they got cosmetics. And cosmetics is called what? Makeup. Things that they took from you. Your cosmology, your ancient cosmology. Pre-civilizations. I teach y'all about this. Pre-civilizations. The Anunnaki and all these Jews and Greeks formed one alliance and they started a civilization. That's over there. That's the work field. Republicans, Democrats. You see the difference when I start talking about that on that world? Rap music, my videos, my credit card. I got to pay my bills. I got to jump and go to the movies and go get something to eat. And that's that world. But when I was just talking to you about that kundalini world, you rising, that serpent going through to your light, that's the warmth. I'm trying to get y'all to stay there. That's what soul future means. You could have another world for yourself. To step out of there. And when you gain these kind of inner powers and deal with yourself and get the knowledge of self, everything will come to you. You won't have to worry about how you're going to get taken care of. Trust that. That's what I'm talking about. Drop books, drop thinking, ideas, asking questions, mentors. Oh, the hieroglyphics. Oh, I got a pastor I'm listening to. I got this lady I'm like, man, forget all of that and go into yourself. The answers are there. That's what I do. Okay? That's what I do. And the answers will be there. I'm not saying, and if you study anything, let it be charts. Let it be something from an ancient cosmology. Study ancient ancestors before civilization. Before someone came over and to that paradise you lived in called the Garden of Eden. Before you start partaking in hunting animals. Yeah, you were vegan at one time. Yeah, you had. When I say that you can't be vegan now, and that's a fruity diet, it's because the earth is contaminated. There's nowhere to get your protein from. Unless you come on in this doctrine, it teaches you health. It teaches you how to eat. Yeah, you're supposed to be eating oranges, seeds, and stuff like that, spitting the seeds back out so they can go into the earth. Yeah, you're supposed to be eating fresh fruit and not no animal. Yeah, but in that state, way back then, you can't wake up in this terrible goddamn world and you start eating fruit and all. This is genetically modified stuff now. There's nothing in it. There's no real source of protein here unless you know how to get all this substitute protein. Of course, you should stop eating meat. Of course. If you knew how to get your protein. Especially if you're playing sports, you eat a steak or two a week. Because everything is not like it was, man. It's all genetically modified. Y'all understand that? So you have to reach your peak on your own. Stop raising your hands and ask questions and asking questions. Welcome yourself to Soul Future. But we don't ask questions. I figure it out for my people. I climb that, I shape shift. I climb those different shapes of the kundalini, of that serpent rising and shooting out. That's why the Egyptians have the cobra on their head, signifying that they did this already. And they was enlightened before us, and then they used that as a technology. Y'all understand that? So, like I told you in the beginning, y'all might hear a few papers, because I'm just, yeah, that's something I wanted to go up and ask my avatar. That was some slick shit, though, man, about that, about, giving us this. And you got to find the Christ that's the good one, not the one that's battling the devil, but he had to become the devil to battle the devil. You got to find the good one. All right, y'all. I'm going to tell y'all why y'all should leave life and how to leave life and not by dying, how to disappear from people. And I'm telling you, after this little no-frills clip I'm about to show y'all, y'all going to wish y'all listened to Apex Polaris. You have to get away from people because with this little presentation I got coming up, man, it's going to scare the shit out of y'all. Showing y'all what they're doing to souls through computers and through, robots that you're carrying called iPhones. Remember iRobot? Now you got an iPhone, iRobot, you have a robot. I ain't been on the phone in a long time, man. I ain't have a phone over a year now. You gotta communicate with me through communicating with me, through communicating with me, through communicating with him. If you know her, if you know him, then you might come around and get me. You understand? How do you disappear from these people? Don't have a cell phone. Just come around and say, oh, what's up, man? Oh, talk to a person. Oh, what's your number? Let's switch numbers. You ending everything right there because you don't have a number. He's in this robot world. He can only get through to a number. He doesn't vibe. He doesn't feel you're gonna run. He or she doesn't feel they're gonna run back into you. I know who I'm gonna run back into. It's who I want to run back into. We already have phones. We got telepathy. We got heart vibration. We run back into each other if it's necessary. Clash. All them semen cells, one of them crash into that egg. We'll make contact. Stop watching TV. Somebody come around talking about they watch TV. Yo, you seen the Power? You seen when such and such? Oh, no, I ain't watching. You don't watch Power? See, they're going to start looking at you. Look at the look. They're going to start looking. When I tell people I don't got no phone, I put myself in the fourth to fifth dimension to them. I'm brilliant to them because deep down inside they know he ain't been on the phone in a year. You don't have a phone number. No radiation going into his head, no other ideas, no nothing else, nothing Googling. He don't watch TV, haven't watched TV in the last 2 years. You're going to know I'm automatically stronger than you. You're going to know that. You're going to envy that. But that's going to turn to, that's weird. You don't watch TV. You don't watch good. No, you just remove yourself from their world. Somebody come up to you, hey, girl, yo, man, I had to go catch this sale. My rent was behind, but I had to pay my phone bill first, and then I'll pay my rent late because I told my landlord I'm going to double up on it, and stuff like that. And you'd be like, Oh, I don't, my bills is paid already. I didn't have to do that. She said, well, girl, you took the trip last 2 weeks ago like me. We went on the same trip. We both spent $5,000. I know you got to be busted. Oh, no, I'm good. In fact, when I came home from the trip, I doubled up on my bills because I didn't go on that trip and pay $5,000 to have fun without having $20,000. So you don't know what she's talking about. You just eliminated yourself from a bum-ass person's conversation who ain't got shit. And the reason she ain't got shit, she just told you. She spent $5,000 on a vacation, and that was all her money, and came back home to have to catch up on her rent. Don't know those people. Don't be those people. You know, if you had rich white people around and you started walking around your rich white friends, talking about, yeah, you know what I'm saying, I'm going to catch this sale. Yo, we're going to go take the train and then take the bus. Forget taking a cab, we save money. Now I can get 2 pairs of sneakers, stuff like that. And, my wife, I got to pay her bills and her credit card. And you know what I'm saying? And he going to go, no, I'm rich. I don't have bills. I don't know what you're talking about. The fuck away from me. Everybody don't have your little petty ass problem, man. People are better than you. You got to become better than these people by walking out of their world. They're contaminated. Look at what I'm telling you, random killings on trains. It's not safe to do nothing. Get away from these people, man. Get away from these people, man. Don't have nothing to talk about that they have to talk about. Soon as you hear somebody at work, homegirl, yeah, you seen Marcy, she over there talking about, oh, excuse me, I don't want to hear that. Just please, go tell Marcy. Marcy, come here. She got something to tell you. Stop putting people on blast. That's what I do. It could be 4 or 5 of us around kicking it, and 4 niggas walk off. Somebody will say, that nigga there, man. Yo, hold up, man. You got something to say about him? Yo, Kev, come back. He get ready to say something about you. And once I start doing that, niggas don't not even say something around me. I don't be outside. It's rare to see me. There's soul snatching going on, y'all. I told y'all they're going to exterminate black people, and now what I tell y'all, this fucking devil, Kanye West, this traitor, this nigga who sacrificed his mother, is trying to get you to be a Jew now. And I'm going to tell y'all the secret to this shit. So future, we going to know the secret, because y'all got APEXXPOLARIS. I'm going to tell y'all the secret. So when y'all go outside with your gossiping ass, and this is what y'all can tell them and be more intellectual than them. Kanye West is pulling you. I think the Hebrew, the Negro movement is back, is out right now at the time all of this. It's promotion to get you to be a one race. Because like I've been telling you, you nigga, black people, this, that, you don't hear you niggas saying that no more. Now you don't want to be black. Now you a Jew. We're fucking Jews. We're Hebrew Israelite. We're Jews. The word Hebrew means to cross over. He who crossed over. It doesn't relate to a race, so future. This is what you first tell these people. Then you give them an example. If you see you're waiting for somebody and he's crossing over the street to come to you, and your other friend pull up and hear you saying, yeah, he crossing now. And he see you 3 days later because he heard you say that. You go, yo, crossing now. And you go, why you call me that? Oh, when you was the one over there with my man when I was coming across the street? No, crossing over was an act that I was doing. That ain't my name. Hebrew is an act. A group of people who crossed over. But what were they? We get into that in another broadcast. Just know you are not from no damn Jewish descent. There is no Jewish descent. When Apex taught y'all about them nomads, Australopithecus, Homo sapiens and all, that's them. And they wandered. Started crawling up, walking upright, and they wandered. They had no land. They lived on the seas. So in their little thing to you, they tell you how they killed. From sea to shining sea. They were pirates. Hell, you think all these pirate movies is going on? They had no identity. They were me in the 80s and 90s, the stick-up kids. They went around to lands taking, hoarding gold, hoarding everything. Pirates with the one eye, with the fringe skirts and the hats. Look at George Washington. Piracy. Hell, you think they tell you in a movie, there will be no pirating here, no piracy, no stealing. What the heck, what they got to do with pirates? Because that's what they did. That's what they did. And they stole so much, these damn nomadic Europeans, that they started getting something and started making secret lodges and stuff. So the next set of those motherfuckers that came out, that were them. By that time, that first set of fucking Europeans, white man, pale people, the pale race, he had made himself a Jew because he had been learned in the ways of Jewry now by the Egyptians. I'm skipping, that's in it though. He had learned to shuckle. He had learned to shuck and jive with metals, transfer metals. He had learned this from the Egyptians by now, by wandering and being pirates. Think of all the goods you got. You can go around and start offering these ancient tribes shit that they ain't never seen before. Think about Shaka Zulu when he got there. Here's a mirror. Here's this shit they ain't never seen in those tribes. Because that stop wasn't their first stop. They had went somewhere else and robbed some fucking body else somewhere. Ibrahim, Ham. It's a Abrahamic religion. They begin to deal in jewelry. And it's a lot more to it. Tribes of Judah and all of that kind of stuff. Judah, cut that in half, that'll be Jews. So when they took on all these religions and all that, break it all down, they started calling their pale selves Jews. That's all. And the other Europeans or pale men that was coming out after them, if he wasn't initiated, they wouldn't fuck with you. They just leave you to the European race because they knew the Jewish race was going to take over. And when they started seeing that the Europeans began emerging, I'm a Jew too, I'm a Jew too. Shit like that, man. They come from the water. They have no land. You ain't no goddamn Jew. I thought you were African American. Remember what education taught you? What the f do Apex teach y'all, man? They teaching you what they want. They educating you how they want. Now they got house niggas doing it for them. Now they got house niggas doing it for them. Remember? I simplified it. Forget all of that. So future, you're a child of the sun. You're sun compatible, and then we're going to get out of that. We're cosmic people. You got to talk to us. You got to talk about cosmetology. We don't want to hear your truth no more. Now we're Jews. Kanye West said, we from the Jew. I'm jealous of Jews. I want to be like Jews. I want you to, so that I get the whole world to want to be like Jews because they keep showing you that the Jews run everything. Jews run everything. The Jews run everything. And you want to be like the Jews. How the fuck could we be Jews and you say at the same time Jews have the power, Jews run everything? Do you run any fucking thing? Go right now and check black people and say you're a Jew. Do that put you higher up? You go in your courtroom, you're going to get your ass convicted, police still going to fuck with you, you're still going to be working. If you're a Jew, then we should get in on their labor. We should get on their riches. We're Jews, right? We're claiming Jews. Why we ain't rich like them? Why the fuck they got to teach us to be Jews? Y'all going for this madness about we are Jews. You ain't no goddamn Jew. We're Aborigines, man. Jungle people. You the one they was opposing on, coming around with their pirate ships. You ain't know nothing about that shit. You was killing them motherfuckers when they came. You was shooting them motherfuckers with poison darts and shit. Fuck away from here with that white boy shit, man. Think about what Kanye is doing, and I'm going to go into this because we're 44 minutes in. What Kanye West is doing, he's working for the Illuminati, him, Jay-Z, all of them. And there's a clip in here where I show y'all, he's telling on everybody. We ain't got to say nothing. Y'all sit back and watch the little no-frill film I got for y'all. He's telling on everybody. Giving it all up. And I told y'all because their time is up. So they're trying to grab you into a new race. To take you to be slaves in this new race. If you're a Jew, they might have a new job for you if you turn into being a Jew. But they need your energy to be a slave in this race. They don't give a fuck if you ain't a black slave no more. Oh, you change yourself to Jew? Well, shit, y'all done been Egyptians, y'all done been Mayans, y'all done been black man, African American when we told y'all to be. Okay, y'all been Indians when we told y'all to be. Y'all remember that? Talking to your girlfriend or talking to black people? Where you from? Think, y'all. Here's a soul future thought. Here's a boost for you. Remember the girlfriend or the telling you, I'm part Cherokee. My mom's a Seminole, you know. We was from a little bit from Africa, but, you know, I came from this Indian. Remember that shit? What happened to that? Oh, my goodness. Remember you couldn't talk to nobody without saying, I got Cherokee in me. You know, I'm from this. Trying to be prettier because that fits you with that long European hair after you rape that native man or rape that so-called Indian and combined with his ass. You're looking at a Greek-Egyptian society, man. And then the Romans came in and Roman made it a Roman Greco society, man. Now they need to be Jews in their new order, man. These people been lying to you through education, man. Ain't nobody been in no goddamn moon, dog. We're going to get out of the periodic tables. We're going to get out of all of that mathematics, education, folklore, Bible stuff, ancient tablets, the Numeri list, the Anunnaki, all these aliens and spacecrafts. We're going to kick that shit out of the way, and I'm going to rebuild with y'all under one polarity. Welcome to Soul Future. I will be Apex Polaris, guiding you. Ain't no space. Ain't no space between you and God. Rise into that kundalini. You keep rising and you shape shift as you move up what they call the stairway to heaven. You shape shift and become a different being mentally in your God. You don't got to pray to him. You got to do it. He's already there. There's no space between you and God. Ain't no damn Milky Way. Galaxies ain't what y'all think it is. The sun ain't that far away from you. It's here. The sun is here, just above the clouds. The sun is here. God ain't never left you. The divine feminine ain't never left you. Mother ain't never left you. You think about when you ran out your first time to play and your mother sat there with her lap open. I don't give how long you went out and running around in that party, hitting, pinning the tail on a donkey with that crazy ass winding you up trick, that homosexuality shit they gave us, along with sitting on Santa Claus' lap. However long you played, you looked and kept making sure your mother was over there so you could run back in between them legs and be in her bosom, right or wrong. She was that close. They trying to give you a new religion, and Kanye is talking about he's mad because he sold his mother, he sold his soul, and they ain't doing business with him. He's talking to you about Balenciaga, the Adidas took his contract. Look at the people who's stripping him. Those are the people who he did business with. Those ain't black companies. He got his money, got his white woman, got his half and half zebra babies, and then they got fucked, killed his mother, and now they ain't treating him right. Still closing doors on him, nigga, because you're a nigga with money. You ain't got no power. We gave you that to make you happy. Why you didn't run to your people, black man? Kanye, you got 11 point something billion. Why you didn't run to black people? What are you telling us? Let's look at these music contracts, all the basketball contracts. Think. Entertainment, clothes, shit he's into. He's mad about, so now he want to tell you about all of this shit. That shit ain't about nothing political, about your rights. He wants you to get mad and see that the Jews want music or this or that, you commie ass niggas. The hell you care about all that shit for? Rap contract is a death contract. Y'all hear me? Let's get into my thing, man. This presentation. Forgive me for this presentation. I don't got all that fancy stuff around. If this presentation cuts off, there will be a part 2. The part 2 will just pick up from the presentation. It'll just pick right up from the presentation. Put your minds together and look at this, the picture y'all see. I'm going to show you how them beings right there, they're alive now, but they won't be for long. And if they won't be, it's because they'll put them on a bag like this, and that's eternal life. But this is a technology they're offering you now. You can live forever. Give me your soul. Your soul will be on that bag of potato chips. Now look at those potato chips. Look at those beings. They showing you when they die, you're going to still be able to go get them potato chips. Little baby ain't going to be going nowhere. You can hear all four of them artists, and let's put some power on that it won't happen. But you can hear all four of them artists right there past this year. 50 years from now, you'll be able to still see that image. Record label didn't lie to you. They're going to give you eternal life. Look at this deep shit I'm going to show y'all on this about holograms, man, and how they're going to take the rapper's soul through his record deal, have him killed, get his insurance goddamn money in this death contract, and own everything he do, and then start putting out stuff on him, and you see how much dead rappers are worth. They're worth more dead than alive, and now that they died by accidental death, the record company has all of their rights. That's why your rappers are dying. Pay attention.
Focus on what is going on within the industry as a whole. Because if you shift focus away from the individual to the industry, and you pause for a moment to think about the financial incentives of the music world, you'll notice something incredibly concerning. Music is one of the few industries on the planet where someone's work is worth significantly more to a company after their passing.
Hello.
Generations are remembered by the art that they leave behind, and the easiest way to be remembered is to be hailed as a legend from that time period. A premature death can take an artist from a good artist to a legend, which can in some cases solidify an artist's recording catalog to be a cash cow for decades to come.
Y'all just listen, don't worry about the visuals. Now look at this, y'all. There go Tupac. Think of them potato chips I just showed y'all. He don't have to be here. Look at Tupac in Las Vegas with an on-running show. They took his soul and downloaded him into something, and now he'll live on. Watch him talk to Dr. Dre. Now, this is the movie called Prometheus, where they showed you this holographic technology. It snuck in on y'all. See, they showed you, in movies, they tell you the truth. And he's going to beam himself somewhere. They'll capture his soul one place, and he'll project himself another place. This is what they got for us when we tell you when I tell you the sky is nothing but a holographic image. It's a projection. The sperm shot into the egg. You were projected here. That's one being. And they're trying to copy this technology. This is Prometheus. Just showing you a little bit of the holographics that you've seen Tupac and you've seen on those potato chips, how them beings look. That means they got their bodies ready.
We're hoping to have another great one. It is my pleasure, an honor, a privilege really to have this conversation about the future with two gentlemen who know probably more about it than most. The fellow all the way to my right, to your left, does not need any introduction, Elon Musk. You all know from Tesla.
Who Kanye be talking to y'all about, y'all? His friend. When I called Elon,
that you have suggested that we are all collectively right now living in a simulation.
Listen to this shit, y'all.
It's a probabilistic thing. So really, if you look at the advancement of video games.
Watch this shit when you play these virtual games, y'all. Y'all put this shit on your children. Or just let them play on the phone. Watch this shit.
And now we've got photorealistic 3D simulations with millions of people playing simultaneously, 3D games with millions of people playing simultaneously.
They got y'all worried about God and the devil, and they playing God and the devil.
Put it on, and it feels like you're right there. You'll have haptic feedback, meaning force feedback sticks, so you can actually pick up something and feel like you're picking up something. I mean, the video games will be distinguishable from reality. But you don't think that we're in a game right now?
Listen to this.
Okay, well, this is like that was here all.
Listen to what Elon Musk say, y'all.
Joystick somewhere else in some other. You know where I'm going. It doesn't feel like that. I mean, I don't think I'm being played by somebody in a video game. But then people in video games don't generally think that.
Wow.
I certainly think
Wow.
people who use the latest
Look at this dude here, man. This is real. Look at that dude, man. Metaverse is snatching your soul, dog. As soon as you put that shit on, Don't put that shit on your kids. Your children, excuse me.
And they talk to them, and it's clear that like their belief that this is actual reality has been shaken because they were so convinced in virtual reality that was real. And so
look at that shit, man.
Why aren't there other layers?
Now, if they seen that happening, why they still got this game? Now, check Kanye out.
That's how they try to categorize. They can't control it. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name.
Wow.
It's up. You know what I'm saying? And just for minutes of fair time, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'll take no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed, right? I ain't taking no slice
Let
from
y'all hear it
nobody.
again.
It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand?
No.
The person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand? Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy. Right?
Wow.
Bill Cosby. His son. Right? Dr. Dre. His son. How they try to categorize. They can't control it. You get what I'm saying? They can control Shaq. They can control Charles Barkley. They can control LeBron James. They can control Jay-Z and Beyonce. But they can't control me. You see, it ain't no name I won't name. It's up.
Now, I paused it for a minute because he's getting ready to name Puffy, Boosie, and somebody else. And he's going to relate, and you got to listen closely. He's going to say because they all got cases, they have to listen, and then you're going to try to skip out of it. What would he name them for and say, well, I didn't kill nobody? Because he knows they got something on everybody. Everybody. What would he say this for? They don't control me because I didn't kill nobody. I didn't take all the final rituals. I'm going rogue now. And I ain't saying we should fuck with him. We should just get everything we could out this snitch rat motherfucker and then kick him to the side because he's trying to be the Antichrist and lead us away from the true and living, the mother. Listen to what this nigga say.
You know what I'm saying? And just for minutes of fair time, I love you, but the way you read that, I took that as a slight. You know what I'm saying? I'll take no disrespect from nobody. So let's get on the phone. Let's talk that out. I don't care who you are. I ain't taking no slice from nobody, right? I ain't taking no slice from nobody. It's God. That's the only person that I serve. My mama ain't here. My mama was sacrificed. You understand? Michael Jordan. What about him? His daddy, right? Bill Cosby, his son, right? Dr. Dre, his son. You know, out in Hollywood, a lot of people come up missing.
Wow.
Feels like it might be a lot of that in order to control, traumatize. They want to monetize and traumatize. And God loved me. You understand?
Here it
He
is.
gave me Gap, Adidas, all that away. Still, Forbes, who hate me, right? Had to write that worth $400 million. Jesus is king. God loved me. That's more important than being alive. God loved me. That's more important than being alive. That's the thing. You know what I'm saying?
And remember, Jesus was king, right? King of who? King of the Jews. And he's jealous of Jews. He want to be like the Jews. So who is he calling God? Who is he worshiping? The Jews. Don't let the devil talk fool you.
And this truth is going to be heard. Y'all can't send none of y'all meat meals, y'all puppies, y'all little boozies, none of these names. None of these people that have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody, right? I'm the pussy. Say whatever I
See,
want.
because they dealing with y'all, they have legal issues.
That have to listen to y'all because they have legal. I never killed nobody,
See that?
right? I'm the pussy that never killed nobody, right?
Including his assertion that George Floyd died of an overdose. About halfway through the heated exchange between Kanye and Pierce, Kanye said that he wanted to hug every Jewish person. He explained that he was jealous of several aspects he associates with Jewish culture.